Hey everybody, today we're at the CAF Air Museum in San Marcos, Texas. Let's go check it out.
The one on the left here is a BT-13 for basic trainer. So these were used for pilot training in World War II. Is what they were designed for and used for.
That's incredible, these planes are still here.
Yep. This one was just completely restored. The restoration was finished about 3 years ago, so that's why she looks nice and pretty. Nice and pretty and shiny.
Now we're the main one, huh?
Okay, that's old brother, the plane in the middle. Yeah, we rediscovered that aircraft about 15 years ago. And she is, as I mentioned earlier, the lead aircraft for the Normandy invasion. Oh yeah, yeah. Only one aircraft on the middle. So a few of our members here trained on that aircraft. This airplane. Where was she? And because of that radar equipment on there and all the extra weight and all the electronics for the radar, that's why she only carried like 15, 16 troops on the day.
Now this is the cockpit area of this plane. It sure is small. I couldn't even imagine. It's hard to see out the front windows too, because the windows are actually really small too. But this plane actually flew over Normandy in World War II. This was the lead plane for Normandy. And paratroopers jumped out of it. Some original radio equipment, radar equipment.
So this is pretty much the way she looked on D-Day.
Wow.
And throughout the war. She stayed in Europe for the rest of the war. Because we had about 6 or 7 airborne operations in Europe after D-Day. And this plane participated in all of them. She came off the production line in May, flew over to Europe, and then participated. D-Day was her first mission in June.
This is what they held on to?
That was to help them get into the airplane. This is actually a cockpit of a C-37. And a couple of the computer guys here in the wing decided to try to put it into the signal. That's been a process. It's been a closure here. This is surround sound screen. They have like 5 or 6 projectors in there. So we took a bunch of old computers and put them in. So on the poster here is what this plane looked like last year when she was flying. But she had never had a complete restoration done. We do know the complete history on this airplane. And she never had a complete restoration done. So we figure after 80 years or so, it's
About time, yeah.
So we're going to start the repair work on this next. Then they'll reassemble it, put it back together, get it repainted, and then she'll be back in the air.
This guy sure knows what he's doing, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, these are heavy mechanics. And every time they're being cleaned or lubricated or something like that. Or both. Any part they take off these airplanes, they label everything.
Yeah, I bet.
They found over the years for everything to work better when you put it back together, you got to put the same parts back in the exact
Same
location.
spot.
Exact same spot, because of the way things wear and everything else, things wear unevenly. Every part has to go back in exactly the same place. Everything is labeled. It's pretty tedious work. So the hatch here is open. You can stick your head up into the hatch. I don't think we can go on board right now. That's the bomb bay there. Stick your head up through here and take a look in the cockpit.
Inside disassemble, stay away from the road.
No, we're not going in. We're just
All the aircraft here participate in air shows on a regular basis. This museum also has a signed picture from the famous kissing sailor Glenn McDuffie. This picture was taken in Times Square, New York City, August 14, 1945.
While we're looking at this here, yeah, if you were looking at that box, things have changed. Back in the World War I, World War II, soldiers were allowed to send things back to the battlefield. Sometimes the military would help you send things back, and that's what that box was. If you want to send back a rifle, send a rifle back home, you would get one of those boxes from your supplies.
This museum might seem small, but military buffs, you could probably spend 2 to 3 hours here just in the museum itself. You guys like this? We got a couple more stops, so hang on, buckle up, because here we go.
It's going to be great. You got to stick around.